Everybody ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we got 1 minute.
You want to call Shepherd?
She's on the phone now. Miss Wynn. Good evening.
I just want to make a quick announcement about tonight's public hearing. So as we move forward throughout this meeting, we're going to ask that you are here to make a public comment that you first sign in on the sign-in sheet. I'd like to call you as up by name. Also, when you are making your public comments, we're going to ask that you only address the mayor. You direct all of your comments and statements to her. And then we also ask that you put your name on topic. Military only. If there are any other extra concerns or questions you may have, I'm sitting over in the corner. If there's additional documents you may want to take a look at, please let me know.
All right, thank you. All right, it is now 6 p.m. on the dot. June 27, 2024, our public hearing. Can everyone hear me? Testing, testing. Testing. Just working. Testing. Can you hear me now? Okay. Testing. Okay.
Can you hear now?
You can hear me? Okay. All right. Starting with the roll call from my left.
Councilwoman Diane Howard. Councilman Darrell Honore.
Mayor Reynolds.
Mayor Pro Tem Amelia Inman.
And we also have Councilwoman Yolanda Shepherd via phone. She's here as well. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. At this time, moment of silence. If I could get everyone to silence your phones, if you could, please silence all phones. Thank you. All right, thank you. The approval of the agenda, council, whenever you're ready.
I make a motion to approve the agenda for June 27, 2024, public hearing.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, ayes have it. Thank you so much. At this moment, we have a public hearing and the instructions has already been made. Tonight, I would like to know if there is anyone here that has signed up with our city clerk, Miss Ashley, that is against the millage rate. All right. Ashley, do you have a list? Okay.
They had 10 minutes.
Okay, come on.
They know they had 10 minutes.
She will tell them.
Okay. The first comment I have states, my name is Mamie L. Harper. I live at 6973 Raswell Street, Lithonia, Georgia, 30058. I am emailing you my comment regarding property tax increase. Yes, we are in millage. Property tax increase in our community. I am voting no to this 35.68% tax increase. I am a senior citizen and cannot afford another tax increase. I am against this tax increase. Thank you, Mamie L. Harper. The second comes from Ray Gardner, I believe. Our family is out of town on a planned vacation this week, so we will be unable to attend and speak in person. As requested, we are submitting our comment in writing regarding the millage rate increase, which will be addressed at the public hearing tomorrow, Thursday, June 27, 2024. To be on record this day, June 26, 2024, we are against the millage rate increase. As we realize it takes substantial funds to run our city, there are many things that our family has taken into account to reach this decision. This is a third increase in 3 years, stormwater raise, and 2 tax increases in 2022 and in 2023. Therefore, we do not agree with another at present. We do not believe that it is in the best interest of our citizens to vote for this increase. We, as in tax-paying citizens, need to know that our city leaders are listening and are for us. Therefore, we are asking that you take everything that is addressed into consideration on the best interest of the citizens who pay city taxes in Lithonia. City council consists of 5 members and the mayor. The rest of the city of Lithonia is the majority. City of Lithonia citizens, if they truly care about our neighborhood and city, are your watchmen on the wall, in quotes. Strong, trustworthy leaders should be thankful for citizens such as these. When we phone in our concerns, please know that it is constructive criticism in an effort to make our city a more pleasant place to call home. After all, isn't the goal to thrive in a place where leaders and citizens are unified and have a sense of pride in their city? We may not be able to be there in person, but be assured we will be praying during tomorrow's meetings. Since the first 2025 millage rate meeting on June 17th, 2024, we have been in much prayer over the city of Lithonia and its leaders and its citizens. Thank you for letting our voices be heard. Ray and Amy Gardner, Bethany Gardner, Natalie Gardner, and Nathan Gardner. 2528 Reagan Street, Lithonia, Georgia, 30058. The next comes from Velva Grant. My name is Velva Dolores Grant, and a resident of 6786 Ida Street. I agree your taxes are way too much and too high, not affordable for me or any residing in Lithonia, period. The last came from a Miss Sonia Allen or Sonja Allen. I don't have an address for her, but she says that she votes no. That's all.
All right, thank you so much. All right, anyone else on your list that has signed up in person?
Frederick Anderson.
Okay, got you.
Okay.
En route from work. Got it. Okay. Okay, Mr. Anderson is en route from work.
Okay. Herbert and Henrietta.
I have to see. Yeah.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
This is my first meeting, and I have no experience.
It's
But
okay.
One experience I do have, and the reason why I'm standing here, when I got this notice, I said about the tax increase, the increase, this 35.68%. I know somebody made an error. I thought they were trying to write 3.5. It's a mistake that nobody got.
I don't know who did that.
Is this for real? I got it on my mailbox.
Okay.
Those numbers not
It
even
didn't
right.
come from us.
It's not right. This is
But-
a hype level.
But go ahead and,
Yeah, it said
35.6.
35.68%
It's not correct.
increase. And I said, somebody is not right with the head or something. I thought they meant 3.5.
Mhm.
Please correct me if I'm wrong.
Just state what you need to state, ma'am, because I can't address that letter. It wasn't from us.
Okay,
Mm-mm.
so I did not get a copy of the one that you had.
Okay.
So what I really against was this one,
Yes. Okay.
that 35.68%. So if
Gotcha.
it's different, I'm willing to go and sit and wait and hear what you guys have to say.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
this is my reason for coming.
Understood. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. All right. Who's next? Kathleen, you ready? Okay.
Dear Mayor and council members, first and foremost, I'd like to say that this meeting tonight was not posted on the City of Lithonia calendar on your website. On June 17th, Chief said that the city was $200,000 in back taxes. I'm looking this, and a lot of this stormwater, I've already looked it up, is including stormwater from government that's not paying, including the city of Lithonia that has not paid stormwater fees. As homeowners, we took the burden of this when the stormwater went up from $48 to $120 a couple of years ago with this shortage of businesses not paying. I'm against the tax increase, and I have a petition signed that Ashley has of 46 residents and home owners against this tax increase. I would like to know whoever's here is against this tax increase, please raise your hand. All the people And you as mayor and council should listen to these people that voted y'all in. Three of the council members had already made up their minds during the June 17th meeting. All we're asking for is listen to these people of our community. There were 3 council members here that already said they were for the tax increase, the June 17th meeting. There are a lot of seniors that also cannot afford the tax increase because they're barely scraping by with their own Social Security. So please, I'd like you to really think about this tax increase. And the percentage came off of an advertisement that came out of the newspaper, which was the increase from the mill rate from last year to the mill rate of this year. That it came out as advertised on Common Ground that way. For that 35.68% or whatever.
Just for the record.
Right now, 2399 Randall Avenue, Lithonia.
Thank you. All right. Next person.
Patricia Robinson.
Yeah.
Good evening.
Good
Thank
evening.
you for allowing us to speak
Mhm.
about these taxes. I not only speak for myself, Patricia Robinson, I reside at 6785 Ida Street, Lithonia, Georgia. And my family did own the property since I was a baby, 84 years ago. And I speak for myself as well as my neighbor who cannot be here tonight. I'm 84 and I am addressing others who are like myself and probably have infirmities that keep them from attending this meeting. We are on a low income and we have not received the income we are due for against the cost of living.
Mhm.
And we're way back.
Mhm.
So I oppose this, and I oppose this tax also for others who are having the same problem. And I know that it is paid twice a year. That is our option, but that is still very difficult for us who only have one income.
Mhm.
I lost my money when I was scammed. So I have no backup and it will take just about the whole income. And I know that there are others who had this problem too. It's not just in Lithonia or Atlanta. I know of someone who lives out of state in another state who lost his home because of these people. And our government is not helping us at all, really. So we need your consideration about these taxes. And I know that all of you, things go up, but if you're not paying attention to the people
Mhm.
who are paying into your income,
Mhm.
and we pay your income, you aren't going to have much money and they will lose their homes. So I ask you to give this serious consideration because when you get out of this city where you own your home for years or even may have children to look after, it's even more when you get out there in assisted living and even with the help of other people in government. And I do have some assistance, but it's not going to help this. And so I do ask you to double think this for us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. All right. Ms. Ashley, who's next?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you all for allowing us this opportunity to speak. First, what was published in the paper is that the city of Lithonia is adopting a millage rate that is 30.14% above the previous year. So again, the 35%, I don't know what's, but this is what you all published. So taxes should be tied to services. And I've asked this before. What services are being offered by the city of Lithonia? Your taxes should also be tied to your budget. And in looking at that, I saw several increases in the budget, and I'd like those to be explained. Only the city can control the taxes collected in the city. I know sometimes people try to confuse you and say that the county does the assessment, and that is true. The assessor does the assessments. There's law tied to that. However, the city adopts the millage rate, which determines how much taxes you will collect. So I am asking the city of Lithonia to not increase our taxes again, because even if your property value didn't change, you've increased the millage rate again, which will increase our taxes. For those who did have property tax assessments increase and a millage rate, they're going to get hit twice. So I'm asking you all to vote no on your property tax increase, on your increase in the millage rate, and adopt the rollback rate. What the rollback rate will do for you is allow you to collect the same amount of taxes that you collected before. Also, as you are receiving additional dollars, whether it's SPLOST or anything else, I want to encourage you to look into your budget and see which of those items that are on your general budget that you could use the SPLOST, which again would allow you to reduce our property taxes. For someone who has been in the city of Lithonia 24 years, every year for the last 3 or 4 years, my value has gone up, my taxes have gone up. And again, I ask you, what services are the city providing? Thank you.
Next.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Latoya. I live at 2371 Tyconic Road. It is a new development of Mason Mill Estates. I purchased my home about 3 years ago. I moved from Gwinnett County, and my HOA president sent this letter out to us on yesterday.
Okay. State your address again.
2371 Tyconic Road, Lithonia, Georgia.
Okay. Is that inside the city limits?
That's DeKalb County.
So is the cab. It's not Lithonia. Right. Oh, well, I
It's okay. It's all right.
Nice to meet you.
She said, "Oh, perfect for everybody."
She said she got a letter.
Same comment, different meeting.
Okay. Okay. Hello.
Hey, good evening, everyone. My name is Aubrey Goodson. I live at 2610 Regan Street. I have been a citizen of Lithonia for about 3 years now. And as mentioned before, my taxes have increased as well significantly since moving in. I was at a previous hearing about this proposed tax increase with the millage, and it was mentioned by a member of the court that there will be new services with this increase. And I was unaware that there will be any new services added to the city of Lithonia, because if I'm not mistaken, we are operating in the red, which is the reason for this increase. Are there new services that will be offered to the city of Lithonia with this increase?
I can't address anything right now. We're here to listen to you.
Gotcha. Okay. Yes. So as mentioned before as well, the services that we have here in Lithonia, although they can be okay, they can be pretty good. This increase will definitely put a financial burden on a lot of us. I'm under 35 homeowner alone here. I live alone in Lithonia, and with this property tax increase with the millage rate, it's not attractive for other people, other younger generations to move into this area, especially when we're paying taxes that compete with surrounding cities and counties who have abundance of services, grocery stores, other public works that benefit them. So I'm just letting you guys know that I am completely against this millage rate increase for the city of Lithonia.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Bernard.
That's it? Okay. All right. At this time, anyone, oh, that's right. Mr. Fred, is he here? Okay. Come on, come on. It's good to see you.
Good to see you too, Mayor Reynolds. My name is Carlene Anderson. I live at 2580 Wiggin Street with my husband and our 15-year-old son. Hope to do justice. I'll speak on my own behalf. I placed my husband's name there because I thought he would be a better representative of our household, but he's in the route. As a former teacher, I understand the logistics and all of the practicalities that come with taxes, right? Taxation tied to representation. We're grateful for your service. And we also know, as my sister back there so eloquently spoke about services also being commensurate with what we pay. And so in your deliberation to decide what percentage or if there is to be an increase, Mayor and her colleagues, please consider the question she asked before me. What services? What's the rationale really? As our brother over here also said, what's the rationale for the increase? And is the rate at which the increase will increase? Is it justified for services that are promised but not delivered yet? Right? So that's it. I'm all about you being compensated for what you do, and our public servants who come when we dial 911, and everything that those who keep our streets clean, all of that. Who here? I don't think there's anybody here that would say don't compensate them, don't give them what they deserve, but give us what we deserve to. And you're our citizens here, right? So we're not speaking, it's not us against you all. You are us.
Right.
So consider the usness of this proposal. Our seniors are pioneers whose opinion matter. And if the agenda and purpose is to isolate and push and to change the demographic, this kind of tax increase and future ones to come will accomplish that goal. But somehow I trust that Councilwoman Wynn, Councilwoman Inman, Councilwoman Shepherd, Mayor Reynolds, Councilman Honore, Councilwoman Howard, that's not your agenda. You are as Black as I am, even though the complexion might be different, okay? And it's not about a black and white thing, because we do know there are brown and blacks who have money that can afford, whatever is proposed. But trusting that my neighbors who have spoken before me are telling the truth, they are saying that they cannot. So thank you for bearing our concerns in mind.
Thank you, Ms. Anderson. Thank you. All right. That was the last against, right? Anyone for? Anyone for? All right. That is it. All right. At this time, Council, we have our city administrator, Chief DeJournette. Did you have anything to state? Is he in the building? Okay. As far as millage rate, did you have anything? Because your name is on the agenda too.
Good evening, everyone. I do want to make a statement in reference to millage rate, and I stated this earlier. Most of the time when you do your millage rate, you take your expenses of your budget, whatever that total is, you try to figure out where your millage rate is going to be so you can cover that. The city of Lithonia, we do things a little different. because we try to pinch every penny we can. And I was talking with the county about this 2 days ago. We do our millage and budget together, so we can see exactly what the lowest millage rate we can get to be able to operate. And just the cost of everything has gone up in inflation. So it's not like we take our millage and say, okay, how much money do we want? That it doesn't work that way. Most people do that. We account for every bit of revenue that comes in order to justify what's the lowest millage rate we can get to have a balanced budget. So just to reassure everybody, that's exactly how we do it. It's not like we do it like most people. We just take all of our expenses and say, these are our expenses. Let's get a high millage rate, and then whatever we get in revenue is extra money. Now we count that. So that's all I have to say.
All right. And also, before you leave, we also have our budget here. Did you have anything regarding the budget before we move forward? Don't have any. Okay, gotcha. All right. All right, council. I would like to state first, thank you all for all of your comments. I really appreciate it. Thank you for coming. And you know what? I pray every day for this, to see people in seats. And we don't get this. So I hope and pray that in the future, not just millage, not just budget, that you can come out first or third or both Mondays and just sit in the seats to find out what's going on in your city. So you will know exactly what's coming up. And so we won't see you once a year. But I'm grateful for all of you. Some faces I've never seen before. And I'm grateful that you come to state your opinions and things that we need to hear, because we wouldn't know unless you are here. So I would like to see you more. So I just had to say that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Council, are you all ready to make a vote on the millage rate, or do you need to table it for Monday? 7:30? Oh, wow, that's another hour. Okay, okay. I don't know. Okay, so budget. You want to table it? Okay.
Yeah.
I need a motion to table.
Which one are you talking about, millage?
Yes.
Okay. A motion to table the millage rate, to Monday. I think we can't do nothing on it.
Table the budget.
That's what I just asked. I was wishing we could do the millage rate. No, you can't do
Your
that.
public hearing for budget has to take place.
Okay.
Your for or against.
Okay.
And Monday, you all is for your proposal, for your qualifying. Farm. You can table your vote at 7:30.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so let's be clear.
No, we doing the budget.
I know, the budget or the millage rate?
Then we see on the
You're not
budget.
making a vote on millage or on budget in this current meeting.
Okay,
That meeting
good.
is not scheduled until 7:30.
Oh,
Understood. I guess we can end this one.
Okay,
For your budget.
gotcha,
This is in the second hour, and it's just-
gotcha. Is there any need for executive session at all?
Yes.
All right. Can you state, is it personnel, like,
Yes, I would like to make a motion for executive session to go into, for personnel and real estate.
okay. Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, ayes have it. All
And
right,
since there's so many people, if you want to go
we can go
upstairs.
upstairs, yeah. All right, we will be back. Let's see. Yeah, thank you. All right, we are back into our normal public hearing. Well, we just came from executive session. Council, I need a motion to go back into the public hearing, please.
I make a motion to return back into our public meeting for today, June 27, 2024.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, ayes have it. We just returned back from executive session regarding personnel and real estate. There is no action that was taken tonight. It was just discussion. Just letting you know. All right, so we're back into our normal public hearing. I want to find out from the public, is there anyone for our budget at all? Anyone for? Anyone? All right. Anyone against the budget? All right. Let's see how many hands we got. Did everybody sign up or do I need to bring them up accordingly? Okay. All right. Now, say that again.
Did we open it?
Okay. So with the budget, of course, it's 10 minutes for or against. Okay. So if I say you got to sit down, you got to sit down because it's a lot of you that wants to speak. Okay. So see if you can, speak accordingly. Okay. I want to start with you. Huh? You want to go last? Okay. All right. Give me another hand. Who else was it? Budget. This is budget. Ms. Doreen, you want to go? They called you Miss Doreen earlier. You're a resident. Come on up.
Okay, well, thank you. We didn't know you were going to put a limit on the budget because we probably have more questions about the budget than we did the meal rate. So just looking at your cover sheet, I just got today, so I only did a cursory view of it. Well, just off the rip, I think you guys increased your budget from last year to this year around $3 million. Personnel is increased by $62,000. I'd like to know what that increase is. Professional and technical increased by $24,000. Purchase services increased by $40,000. General supplies increased by $90,000. There's a capital outlay of $2,700. It's small, but I want to know why it's coming out of general fund versus plus. Other costs went up by $28,000. So I absolutely would like to know what is that. And then your interest, I asked about that before the meeting, but it didn't make sense what they told me. So your interest payment from FY24 to FY25 is increased by a little over $80,000. So I guess my concern with this budget is if you already have a shortfall, right? Why would you increase the budget? And as the chief/city administrator said, you built your millage rate around your budget. So why increase the budget? Especially in areas where I know there's some wiggle room. I don't know if you're adding positions. I think I was told that you all gave yourselves a raise. And probably need to make sure legally when that can go into effect. Again, what's in this professional and technical? What's in this purchased? And if there are items that you're purchasing that could be offset with SPLOS, again, I'd like for you guys to look at that. In all of these items, I think I just want to ask you guys to get your accountant to go back in, do a deep dive, and make the cuts. I know it's not always hard. This is what I do for a living. And sometimes we have to make cuts that aren't pleasant, right? So just consider that. And I think what I've shared before, if we knew what the vision and what you were trying to go and you built a budget around that, maybe we could have a different conversation, but there's no narrative, just numbers. But I absolutely know, and as someone who chaired the finance committee when I was on city council, I absolutely know that you can always find somewhere to cut. I know some things went up out of your control. And I said, if your insurance go up, maybe it's time to shop. If it went up, why did it go up? or is there some things we could do? So we're pleading with you all to go back in, make the necessary adjustments with this budget. And again, if you can, take the meal rollback rate. Thanks.
Thank you. All right. You had, come on up. Ma'am, you can, come on. I heard, that's all. Budget, yeah. You raised your hand.
All I wanted to know was about the taxes.
Okay, so no budget.
No,
Okay.
I thought that was it.
Okay, raise your hand if you have anything to say regarding budget. Please raise your hand. Anything regarding budget? Come on up.
I just want to say ditto for Doreen Carter's comments.
Okay. Anyone else? Budget. Come on up.
Okay, so all I would like to say is that the same thing that she said, I agree with her.
Mhm.
And the same way that we all had to look at our budgets to pay our taxes is the same way that you guys can do the same and cut some stuff out of it.
So understood. Thank you. Anyone else? Come on up.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for the opportunity. Yes, so in addition to what my fellow neighbors have said, one other thing that I would like to be enlightened about comparing the proposed budget is the revenue. 2024, there was a shortfall in the budgeted revenue, but yet there is an increase in expected revenue. What is so different that you think that you'll be able to attain the level of revenue that is projected or budgeted for 2025? Okay.
Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else? You ready? I thought you were, okay. It was said. Okay. All right. No problem. All right, council. Are you guys ready to deliberate now? Let us know.
We're going on to the budget or to the, okay. We still in the budget?
You still budget.
Did she send something out today? Adjustment made. Did you guys get something from
Yesterday?
yesterday? Was it?
Yeah.
The budget.
I think we did things a little bit different this year than we normally do. As far as combing through, I would like to take more time to comb through. But what happens is if we doing millage rate and budget,
Microphone.
it's on. Normally they hear me too well. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Normally we've been doing things a little bit different. I remember where we would really comb through the budget, and I would like that opportunity. But if we either vote on millage or not, we have to push the vote for it now or take a rollback. It kind of, it doesn't give us the time, it doesn't give us to be able to adjust anything and make it effective for the millage rate. Even if we were to comb through the budget.
I think the biggest issue with the budget is tax collection. I know everybody talk about tax collection, that we get this money, which is a small percentage. If you look at your tax bill, say your tax bill is $4,000, $3,000 goes someplace else. The county and every other bill for all the services that you want from the county, All that goes there. We may get $1,000. So I don't want you to think $4,000 of your tax bill is coming to the city. We budget with a small amount. The biggest thing is that you may want to talk to your neighbors. We had a 70% tax collection rate, the lowest in history. So third, we usually get 95% of the taxes collected. That caused a $200,000 shortage. So what we expect to happen next year, it may be the same thing or worse. Okay, so in order to adjust and survive, these are just numbers, not emotions or feelings. We went through things, and that's the way you have to. And I understand you guys, you voted us in, and you wanted to be good stewards of the city, and that's what we are practicing. We're not gonna let the city fall and crumble. I understand. I'm paying taxes too. We're not gonna let it fall and crumble for you. I think you will really want the city to survive and be a viable city that you've been living in, than to just say, well, I don't want to give my share, and we don't want to just do anything. We're just gonna just stay the way it is, which has been doing for years. Rollbacks, keeping back, and we couldn't prosper. We couldn't do anything. We just living like paupers, poor people, poor city. Now things are changing. It's getting worse. Tax collection is getting worse. So we have to adjust these things. And it's not just because we having fun adjusting. And everybody talk about hard decisions. This is a hard decision. We got to do something that people don't like. And that's just part of the game. And we understand that. So, it's not a personal thing. And I don't want you to think that we're doing it. So to understand the true balance of what we're trying to do, we're trying to keep it alive. So $200,000 last year. It may come in after, the county, they got a 99% collection rate because guess what they're going to do? They're going to foreclose on those houses for tax collection, right? They're going to take the taxes back. And they're going to do it 100%. They're not going to give anybody 3 months to pay or a year to pay. They're going to sell those taxes on the courthouse to get the money because that's part of their money. It's not just the cities. So there's a lot of things going on with that. And hopefully, we could survive through it. That's part of the increases. And I just wanted people to know that it's just not a game that we're playing to raise tax because we can. And, it's about survival. And that's all. I'm just letting you guys know. I feel you. I understand it. That's what your voters are in to do, is to take care of the city. We have some ideas. We'll tax the people that we can't just tax people. We talk about non-homeowner property. Let's tax them more. All right. Let's make people don't have business license. Let's put horning down on the business license. The people doing business in the city and not paying their fair share. That's how we're gonna get it. But that's the way it has to be, and it's a slow process now. We have to try to adjust things to make it happen. And that's all I want to let my other council members know. So voting on the budget as is all we have left. I mean, we could save $1,000 for a $2 million budget. I mean, what are we gonna do? Not buy toilet paper, I guess, or everybody get one bullet. I mean, it's things we have to think about. It's a hard choice. That's all I gotta say, Mayor.
Okay. All right. Any other?
I agree with Councilman Honore. It is a hard choice. It doesn't just affect each and every one of you that are just you all. It affects me too. And it hit hard for myself as well, but it even hit harder because I understand what you're saying. But we have to work with what we have been given. And it goes back to what you said too, Representative Carter. We have to make decisions. These decisions are not always easy. It hurts. But if they have to be made, we have to make them, whether, whichever way it flows, we have to do what's best for the city.
Anyone else?
Yeah, tough decisions are made a lot of times when you're in leadership. Sometimes people don't see it that way in the midst of it. But everyone's always talking about on a daily basis, well, I want my city to prosper. I want my city to look beautiful. I want there to be a great school district in my area. I want there to be accessible amenities and services. Um, and even the services that we do have, I want them to always be on demand, And a lot of times that comes with quality people, quality employees, quality everything. And so council has been working tirelessly throughout the year, and you don't see that just coming in one meeting. Honestly, it's a lot of patience. It's a lot of being strategic and being very discerning in your choices to be able to clearly help our city. And it's the little choices that we make that snowball into the bigger effects. And so part of these choices is just making sure that we're taking care of what we do have right now to be able to help us in the future. What we're making right now will help us to avoid TAN, which is a tax allocation note. That basically is something that we would have to borrow to be able to stay afloat and survive as a city. For the last, 4 years, we have not had to have a tax allocation note. We didn't have to borrow against this building that we're sitting in. So a lot of way that we do that is, unfortunately, our homeowners, right? I'm a homeowner. I have to pay these taxes just like my fellow council members and mayor, right? And it's not easy because we're paying from the same pot. We all have to work to pay that. But we know that the sacrifice there is that we're not going to have to worry about borrowing and struggling to pinch things together in order to pay salaries for our employees or make sure that our streets are clean or other things that, we have to do in our city. So that's it for me. And I'll give it to the next person.
Councilwoman Sugar, you got anything?
I don't.
All right. All right, council, I would like to get a motion to adjourn this public hearing at this time, please.
All right, I make a motion to adjourn our public budget hearing meeting.
All right, is there a second?
A second.
All right, any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? All right, ayes have it. Thank you so much. City Clerk, Miss Ashley, this particular meeting, which is supposed to start at 7:30, 7:43. At this time, I need to do roll call again, so council will know. I want